Never thought I'd fall, but now I hear love call. I'm getting sentimental over you.
Nice music? Well, I kind of thought you'd like it. You'll hear the rest of that song in just a moment right here on Guest Star, presented by the United States Treasury Department with Buzz Adlam and his orchestra, yours truly, Lou Crosby, and today starring the Clark Sisters. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Lou Crosby, your host for Guest Star, a transcribed feature for savings bonds, presented as a contribution of this station in the public interest. You want to help keep peace in the world and enjoy peace of mind too? Then buy and hold United States savings bonds. Savings bonds money goes to build America's defenses, and at the same time, it earns you a handsome return, guaranteed by your government. Buy and hold United States savings bonds to keep America strong. It's on with the show now as the Clark Sisters bring us their version of Sugar Time.
Oh, sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time.
Thank you, Clark Sisters. That was real great. And welcome to Guest Star.
Thank you, Mr. Crosby. It's our pleasure. Very nice to be here, too.
Now, that song you just did, Sugar Time, that's a fine number, and I understand that you had a particular reason for recording it.
Well, yes. It's one of the songs in an album we made not long ago for Coral Records. The album is called A Salute to the Great Singing Groups. Sugar Time was dedicated to the McGuire sisters.
Beautifully done, too. What are some of the other numbers?
Well, there's Dream, dedicated to the Pied Pipers. There's Kalamazoo that the Modern Airs made such a hit. And Paper Doll for the wonderful Mills Brothers. One of my favorites is this one. Though not dedicated to a group, it's very dear to our hearts and was made famous by our one-time boss, Tommy Dorsey.
girls, that was beautiful. Thank you very much. Uncle Sam needs you. That slogan is just as true today as it was some 45 years ago when it was first used. We can't all serve in the armed forces, of course, but we can help our country by buying United States savings bonds.
You know, the dollars you put into bonds do double duty. They help keep America strong, and they help ensure your own future security. And today's savings bonds pay a good solid return, and that return is guaranteed by the government.
That's right, Mary, and today's bonds are flexible. When you feel the need for more income, you can exchange your E-bonds for H-bonds and take the interest as it's earned by Treasury checks twice a year. Yes, you help yourself when you buy savings bonds. United States savings bonds, your shares in America. The spotlight swings over to Buzz Adlam and the group now as they bring us Supposin'. Nice going, Buzz. Very tuneful. Now it looks as though we better get on into the closer, and the Clark sisters have chosen a fine old standard. I'm forever blowing bubbles.
I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high, nearly reach the sky. They're like my dreams, they fade and die. fling, and that'll start everyone humming this thing. The melody's done, repeat and repeat, and if you can swing, it's got a good beat, and that's the main thing to make it complete, cause everyone's swinging today, so they call it Opus 1. It's not for Sammy K. Hey, 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 it's Opus 1. It's good to swing that sway, baby. If Mr. Les Brown can make a renown, and Ray Anthony and rock it for me, there's never a doubt you knock yourself out whenever you can hear Opus 1.
You've been listening to Guest Star, a transcribed feature for United States Savings Bonds, which today presented the Clark Sisters and the music of Buzz Adlam. The time for this program is donated by this station every week in the public interest. The Treasury Department thanks your station and the Clark Sisters for their contribution to the Savings Bonds program. We'll be around again next week with more fine entertainment, so hope you'll be listening. Till then, this is Lou Crosby saying so long and suggesting that you do your future a favor. Buy savings bonds to build up a guaranteed nest egg for yourself and your family. United States Savings Bonds, one of the world's finest investments.
Hello, I'm Oscar Brand. Miss Carolyn Hester is our very talented, very attractive return guest today on the World of Folk Music.
I've slung my guitar over my shoulder and I've wandered this country around, and the tunes that I've heard in my journey have sung up a wonderful sound.
The World of Folk Music is brought to you each week at this time as a public service on behalf of the Social Security Administration. Today, Carolyn Hester joins your host, Oscar Brand, as we explore the world of folk music and learn about the protection you're building for yourself and your family through Social Security. Today's Social Security case history, reported by Roy Swift and Wallace Kendall, illustrates some important points about Social Security and self-employed people. You'll hear it in just a few moments. Right now, though, the next voice you hear will be that of Oscar Brand.
I gave her kisses one, kisses one. I gave her kisses one, kisses one. I gave her kisses one, and she said it's so much fun, so we kept kissing, kissing, kissing on. Then I gave her kisses two, kisses two. I gave her kisses two, kisses two. I gave her kisses too. I won't stop till I get through, so we kept kissing, kissing, kissing on. Then I gave her kisses three, kisses three. I gave her kisses three, kisses three. I gave her kisses three, and it felt so wild and free that I kept kissing, kissing, kissing on. Then I gave her kisses four, kisses four. I gave her kisses four, kisses four. I gave her kisses four, and she said let's do it more, so we kept kissing, kissing, kissing on. Then I gave her kisses five, kisses five. I gave her kisses five, kisses five. I gave her kisses five, and I said it's enough, I gotta drive. And they kept kissing, kissing, kissing on. But we kept kissing, kissing, kissing on.
But we can't keep kissing on because there's something we have to do. In fact, even before our good friend Roy Swift delivers some important Social Security information, we have to thank him. You see, it was Roy who first called our attention to Miss Carolyn Hester.
That's right, Oscar. Mr. Swift and my father were roommates, and to keep everything in the family, so to speak, my mother is with Social Security, and that's in Austin, Texas.
However, we can't take all the credit for discovering this fine young singer. No, fact is, thousands of record buyers all over the world are Carolyn Hester fans. Her newest album is called This Life I'm Living.
Yes, Oscar, that's the title song, and I'll do that for you now. Some old woman, Lord, in this town is telling lies on me. I wish to my soul that she would die. She's telling lies on me. Oh, baby, it ain't no lie. Oh, baby, it ain't no lie. Oh, baby, it ain't no lie. This life I'm living is very hard. I've been all around this whole wide world. I just got back today. I worked all the week, honey, give it all to you, honey, babe. What more can I do? Oh, baby, it ain't no lie. Oh, baby, it ain't no lie. Oh, baby, it ain't no lie. This life I'm living is very hard. Oh, baby, it ain't no lie. Oh, baby, it ain't no lie. Oh, baby, it ain't no lie. This life I'm living is very hard.
This Life I'm Living. Thank you, Carolyn Hester. And now, once again, it's time to hear a true story taken from the files of the Social Security Administration, with the permission of the woman who lived it. Our storytellers are Wallace Kendall and talent scout Roy Swift.
Oscar, our story today proves that even a small, rather unusual business can make a lifetime income possible through Social Security. It's the story of Mrs. Helen Joslin of Clermont, Iowa, and it begins in her childhood in Norway. When she was a little girl, she used to help her mother make lefse, a Norwegian flatbread made from potatoes and flour. Well, after her marriage here in the United States, lefse became a favorite food for her family.
And I gather this flatbread became the basis for the unusual occupation Roy mentioned.
That's right, Oscar. About 10 years ago, her husband Harry became too ill to earn a living anymore. He sold the farm they operated, and they moved to their present home in Clermont. He also started to get Social Security benefits. Mrs. Joslin had made lefse for her many friends, and then she began to get orders from small stores for her incomparable bakery product.
So when the business began to increase, Mrs. Joslin made two smart moves. First, she installed a shiny new 18-inch electric griddle to help speed production. And increased production was needed, particularly around Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's when the orders just came piling in. Her second smart move was to keep accurate records of her earnings. By 1958, Mrs. Joslin discovered that she was making more than $400 a year from her small business venture, enough to require payment of the Social Security self-employment tax. Recently, Mrs. Joslin applied for Social Security benefits on her own account, and she's now getting a check every month, a check that means a good deal to the Joslins. A wife can get benefits based on her husband's earnings, Oscar, but in many cases, she's eligible for a higher benefit because of her own earnings.